Hi, and welcome to Registered Mail Sports Talk. This week we're joined by Rob Purlee, new men's basketball coach at Knox College, whose team opens Saturday against the University of Dubuque. First, Coach, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Now, you've had the kids for about a month now. What's been your impression of your team so far?
Well, I think we're pretty young, and anytime you have the kind of youth that we have, we're going to have days that are pretty good, and then we'll follow that up sometimes with days that aren't very good. So we have a factor of inconsistency right now that I think all young teams have. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's a magic formula for that except just straight experience and time. So I think through 22 practices, the big thing that the coaching staff sees is a little bit of inconsistency still.
Mm-hmm. Does it seem a little surreal to you? You were associate head coach, you're an assistant for Tim Hyman for 2 years, and here we are a couple days away from your first day as a men's basketball coach in a game.
Well, yeah, it does. Give Coach Hyman some credit in that he allowed me to do a lot of stuff when I was on the staff for the 2 years prior to this. So although it's a new experience for me, it's certainly something that he's given me a lot of opportunities while I work for him. So I still get I'm still very nervous right now, actually, with the game coming up on Saturday because it is the first one. But at the same time, I'm very grateful to him because he prepared me well. He really did.
Now, what do you know about it's the first game? Obviously, your scouting report's going to be based on last season and what you've heard from coaches in that area. What do you know about University of Dubuque?
Well, we know they're athletic. They've got 3 transfers that came in from Clark in the offseason. We know that they won 14 games in a really good league last year, and they made it to the conference tournament in that league. At the same token, it's the first game of the season, so we are what we are after Saturday, but up until then, I don't know how well they know what we're going to throw at them. So I think that we've got maybe a little bit of an advantage because I don't think very many people know about Ben yet. But at the same time, we're expecting them to be very, very athletic and very good.
Now, we've talked before, you have a non-conference schedule. You've actually expressed some concern that you may be overloaded a bit. I mean, just talk about that non-conference season you got coming up and some of the teams you're going to be seeing.
Well, I just feel like we can't expect our kids to win games at places like at Lawrence and places like Grinnell and Lake Forest and Ripon and Monmouth. We can't expect them to win tough games on the road during the conference season if we don't prepare them a little bit during the non-conference season. And that was the whole idea behind the schedule. One of the goals in the program is to compete for championships, but not a non-conference championship. If we don't win a single non-conference game, I don't know if that'll affect me that much as long as I feel like we're getting better. We told our kids last night, we're not playing for a non-conference championship. This is about getting better so that we can compete for the real championship come January.
We were talking, Coach Hyman did give you a lot of leeway, and you ran practices a lot. You had a lot of say during the game, so you recruited your own class. But what's been the hardest transition for you so far?
I think the hardest transition so far, going from probably assistant coach to head coach, is the day-to-day operation stuff that comes up. The phone calls and the emails and getting involved with alumni on certain activities and stuff like that. Those are things that I didn't have to deal with as an assistant coach. All I had to do was recruit, get ready for practice, and then actually coach in practice. There's certainly some stuff in the day-to-day, the day-to-day realm that I wasn't expecting. And I don't know in your first year as a head coach if you ever really get caught up because it just seems like there's always something else. So that's probably been the big thing outside the basketball venue that's been a little bit different.
Now you're talking about your recruiting class that for about 7 months there that really consumed your life. But what have you seen from these kids for this first month?
Potential. We think it's a class that has got the potential to really be special. We can't talk about the class without talking about Ben Weatherby first. I think Ben has got some tools. I said back in the spring when he decided to come, getting Ben was like getting a left-handed power pitcher. I mean, he just gives you something that not a lot of other people have. And it's a kid that can really, really score. Okay, he's not just a shooter; he's a scorer. So it's going to be fun to see how he progresses because I really think he's got a chance to be one of the best players that ever played here when it's all said and done. And then you throw in the 2 big kids that also are freshmen, Joey Kozak, who's from Maine South, and then Alex Schobert from Belleville West. They've done a very good job every day in practice of trying to figure out what college hard is all about. Inadvertently, they've made Matt Godecki and Zack Creglow better because of the way they've played, the pressure that they put on them because of their ability. And when that happens, our entire team gets better. So they've really had a really good effect on us. both what they bring to the table individually, but also what they've done to their teammates in terms of getting them to raise their level of play a little bit. And then the other guys, and I don't want to undercut them at all, work very, very hard, a lot of potential. We love the group. It's just a matter of getting them maybe a little bit more fine-tuned before they're ready to really play.
Now, last year you guys missed out on the conference tournament. You know, we talked about that tough non-conference season. You think the conference tournament, finishing top 4 in your divisions, is doable this year?
Well, we thought, you know, we tied for 5th place last year in the conference after being in last place the year before. And we thought that if you go back and look at our numbers from last year, we were dead last in our league in turnovers a game. We turned it over almost 21 times a contest and still finished in 5th place. We won a game in here where we turned it over 26 times and won, which is unheard of. So we kind of came in the season thinking, if we could clean up that aspect of our game, it gives us a chance down the stretch, which is all we're asking for. So to answer your question, if we can get the ball handling and the turnovers cut down, we think we'll play defense good enough, we think we'll play hard enough, we'll hit the shots down the stretch. It's just a matter of are we going to give ourselves an opportunity by valuing the basketball.
Now, lastly, Coach, you know, Tim Hyman, coach here, 24 years. For most, it's the only face they've seen coach in Knox basketball. What's Rob Purlee basketball going to look like at Knox?
Well, I'd like to think that we're going to get the kids to play pretty hard. Anytime you have a staff like I do with guys like Coach Swanson, Coach Dickerson, and Coach Wheat, no nonsense guys, okay? And I think we've really pushed the kids in practice to play college hard, to play that way every day. It's going to be exciting, and we're going to get up and down a little bit more now. And part of that's the way Coach Hyman played. We just had maybe a deficiency in talent, so we couldn't really get up and go. I don't think that's the case anymore. So as we've told recruits that have been here this fall, you're going to get a chance to play the game of basketball the way kids like to play. Get up and down, play man-to-man defense, and at the end of the day, let's see if our 5 are better than your 5.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us, and thank you for watching.